Hey everybody, it's Norm from Test.com here at DesignerCon 2017. This is Justin Ishmael, who you may know his name, you may not, but if you are a collector of, for example, Mondo movie posters, you may definitely know him. He used to be creative director over in Austin at Mondo.
Yeah, creative director, CEO,
like you're responsible for building those relationships with companies like Disney, for doing things like the Star Wars prints. Tyler Stout, Ollie Moss prints.
All those guys. Yeah, I was one of a couple of really talented people over there that worked with different artists and kind of talked the studios and everyone to accept more of a alternative, if you will, style to movie poster art. And then we moved into records and then toys and limited edition collectibles.
And that, of course, has a whole life of its own now. It's become this huge monster. And you've since then started your own company to work with licensors and also work with other artists to bring the fandom to something tangible. Right?
Yeah, I went to Comic-Con 2 years ago, San Diego, and I was walking through, and there's just a million licensed products of movies that we love from the 80s or 90s and stuff. And so what I tried to do at Mondo, and which carried over to my own company, Ish, was licensed officially approved products, but for things that might have went overlooked. For instance, we did Iron Giant at Mondo, and that was before that no one was doing product. And I went out and kind of looked at, like you said, independent artists, and I found Craig Gleason and The Ghoul, and we're working with Famous Monsters of Filmland, and this has been in the works for a long time. We went to the creator of the Rock-afire explosion, Aaron Fechter.
Yeah, Showbiz Pizza, Chuck E. Cheese, animatronics in pizza joints.
If you were growing up in the 80s and 90s and had a birthday, you probably know this place,
And those animatronics, the actual ones, they exist in collectors' hands.
Right.
They're in various deteriorating states.
Yeah.
But you see YouTube videos, some of them are still working.
Yeah. It's actually, when I was doing my research on this, it's a very active, very strong fan base for Rock-afire Explosion, and it goes all the way from trying to collect merchandise from the theater, the Showbiz Pizza, and then Chuck E. Cheese, and then there's the guys that buy the robots, and they'll contact Aaron and want original parts, replacing Billy Bob's fur, and it's amazing. It's really inspiring, and I wanted to make this accessible to the world, if possible, but really watching the what they're looking for and the core fan base. I wanted to make this for them.
And you're connecting that core fan base with the creator as an intermediate who actually understands both sides.
Absolutely, yeah. I wouldn't want to do it if it wasn't with Aaron and official through him, because one of the things I really enjoy with any of the projects I do is talking to the creators and getting behind what this is supposed to be, instead of just saying, here's a photo, do it. We went through a lot of why he's built like this, and even kind of with the animatronic face and stuff like that. It was really important for me to have, I kind of, when we went to Mighty Jax, who's helping us produce it, I kind of had a few caveats where I said I wanted it to be hand sculpted, because I really wanted lots of details and lots of textures and everything, where a lot of times in 3D you can't nail that as much.
And even some of the imperfections in the way the fur kind of folds over itself.
It's like practical effects. You have those happy accidents, and I really love that. I wanted to do the replacement animatronic head and base it off of the actual robot for people that repair. They would see that and be like, I know that, right? And then you can't see it on this, but the eyes, I requested glass eyes, like the robots, because I feel like it's going to be that last touch. That
actual
really,
glass eyes, it's not just painted.
I want them to have that depth, but to also have that kind of dead stare.
Where if you bounce light into it, it's almost like it goes all the way back and then bounces forward.
He'll have his just like the one in the collector's hands now, and in the Showbiz Pizza in the 80s and 90s, or I guess it was 80s. It'll be blue. He'll have his blue eyes, and the whole deal.
Wow. And this is actually a really big scale.
Yeah, right.
So when I saw pictures of this, and this is a prototype, unpainted, of course.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a 6-inch figure, but this is sizable.
Yeah,
It has good heft to it.
And it was a hard decision to make, but I really wanted to go. If we never did another one, I wanted to make this the figure that I wanted. And a lot of the toys that were coming out from the Showbiz Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese and all those, they're the prizes. And you'd have a ceramic bank possibly, or PVC figures, or balloons. But I wanted to do this, and then if this went well, move on to other things and other characters, and
and that's obviously what's the next step, right? if this is successful,
Yeah.
and I really hope it is,
Yeah.
you know, what do you and Aaron want to do?
I would like to keep trying to expand the fan base for this because doing other characters, doing different sizes, doing, realistic like this, and also kind of the art that they had, which is more cartoony, would be really nice. Also doing a record because the beautiful, I respect Aaron Fechter so much. Like, you think about guys like Steve Jobs and people that could do a lot of things. It wasn't just building a computer, marketing and all those things. He created Whack-A-Mole, which is unbelievable. When you told me that, I was like, you're kidding me, Whack-A-Mole. Everyone knows Whack-A-Mole. Into this, where it's not only designing a character, it's building the animatronics. He wrote all the music himself. So someone that can do all of those things, wear multiple hats, is always like, it's like Bo Jackson or something. He's playing multiple sports and excelling. It's really cool that Aaron can do all this stuff.
Or you think of even something that in the future, maybe more mixed media with soft materials, clothing, or even some movement?
I would love to. Aaron, if you follow his creative engineering and Rock-afire YouTube account, recently he had a mini animatronic set of a face that you could make and program yourself, which I thought was genius. So, yeah. If he watches this and wants to do a real animatronic, let's please do it. That'd be amazing.
Wow. So what other kind of licenses are you and Ish, pursuing?
We have EC Comics right now. We got that. I have various horror movies. I'm a big horror fan. So we have Deadly Spawn. We're working on The Gate right now, which is one of my favorite, probably top 5 horror movies. But yeah, just really kind of being selective and not trying to get too far in, and really wanting to tell a story around every product we put out and get people involved and hopefully grow it to where we can do more. And because it's fun to make this stuff, it's fun to research. Like, we're going to go down to the warehouse hopefully and take a tour and photograph, and so outside of that, I'm like in heaven.
You're fulfilling your own lifelong dreams.
Yeah.
And also for fans who they could never have imagined this coming out as a product.
Right.
Like, there are fandoms for everything.
Dude, I was so nervous about this. Like, I'm still, we haven't sold it yet or whatever, but we sat on this for months and didn't show anyone, and didn't talk about it at all, and waiting for the show, and having it at Mighty Jack's booth, and then I'm at my own booth and having people walk up and like people. I tend to exaggerate and say freak out. But we had people like freaking out. They couldn't believe it. They're like, "Is that Rock-afire?" And it's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "We never thought anyone would make it." And one person actually said they watched the documentary, the 2009 documentary, last night.
Wow.
And they're like, "This is incredible." So
this is totally the right place.
It was exactly the response I was looking for that kind of like, almost tears. Like, I can't believe this exists. So yeah.
When are you targeting a release for this?
Hopefully first quarter 2018.
Awesome.
Yeah, we were really being aggressive and trying to get it a blank for sale here, but we wanted it right. So there's lots of magnets and the eyes, and so we really wanted it to be special when people saw it for the first time, like for sale.
Very cool.
So,
well, thank you for doing this, and thank you for
you.
stopping by,
Yeah, thanks
chatting
a lot.
with me. It's great to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you. Thank you.